Stephen Curry leg kick versus the James Harden leg kick. Should they be allowed? Let's talk about the details on this, the benefits. There's been a lot of controversy from the playoffs this last season with James Harden kicking his legs forward and then getting foul calls, also during the season. And then Stephen Curry had a few plays that people thought were kind of questionable too that could have gone either way. So let's break down what the leg kick does and if it's actually necessary. And then I want to get a conversation going in the comments as far as, based on what I give you first, what you think should the rules be and how should they be applied. So the first benefit is, I'm going to show you this as a lefty, everything can be applied for either hand. But if I'm not completely square, my feet aren't square. A lot of times players will do a leg quick kick so that as they're shooting in the air, they're getting that shooting side line up. Now, if you watch most of the best NBA shooters, they're typically gonna have that shooting side slightly forward. Their toes might even be pointed slightly that way, or one slightly forward, pointing both towards the rim. But a lot of times in game situations, you're trying to beat man. Curry and Harden both do a lot of threes off the dribble. From that, they might not always get where they wanna be. So now in the air, it's a way of aligning that shooting side hip and arm to get a better, higher quality shot with more accuracy, which obviously you want to make the shot. So for that reason, I feel like, they should maybe be allowed a level of leg kick because there's a huge benefit of it. So another reason a lot of players do this is, let's say, again, they're not squared, or even if they're like perfectly squared. A lot of players, when you watch them shoot, they're gonna still do this leg kick because what that's gonna do, on top of getting the shooting side aligned and make the shot feel more comfortable, it's also going to help. If you look at what my body's doing, the hips are the most powerful joint in my body. When you throw a baseball, what do? This, right? So same thing when you're shooting a basketball. If you get this hip rotation by kicking the shooting side leg forward, you're gonna be able to get more range. And if you watch Curry and Harden, they both are able to shoot from well beyond the three-point line, right? And a lot of that is because they get, of course, good, quick release to get that speed and power from the hips, but they get this extra bit of power from a little bit of hip rotation. Like if you watch Curry shoot, typically he's not like Harden. Harden will do more of a bigger leg kick. Curry's usually gonna be more of a low hop type of shooter, and he just transfers his energy really well. But there are times off the dribble when he's out deep and his feet aren't square, he's gonna go into that big leg kick for a little bit more alignment and to get that extra bit of power into the shot. The other thing this is gonna do is allow you to get more arc onto the shot. So both of them, again, that leg kick's gonna help drive that hip forward, so it's easier to get a little bit more arc onto the shot, that power will transfer up. And the reason this is important, let's say they don't have a high arc on the shot. Basically what they get is that, right? More of a direct line drive shot to the rim. So again, it's gonna be harder to make the shot. You need to get that arc to get the basketball to go over the rim and make your shots. So the leg kick helps provide a little bit of that. Again, a reason why maybe they should be allowed to at least get a little bit of a leg kick in. Another big reason that players, I feel like, should be allowed this leg kick, or a reason that helps them at least with their shooting, is it's a rhythm thing, right? Rhythm is a big part of shooting, right? You get your dribble, you get your steps, right? A lot of players have a certain footwork pattern they like to do, whether that's the hop or the 1-2 step, the gather of the ball. All those things are kind of subconsciously make a part of your shot feel right and comfortable. If your shot doesn't feel comfortable, it's a lot harder to make, right? Well, just like all these other things with before the shot, that adds a little rhythm while in air to help players feel more comfortable. So that can really throw your shot off, right? If you take your shot quicker than what you're used to or slower than what you're used to, that's gonna throw you off. That leg kick is a part of that rhythm. Now, I know for a lot of you guys, you're thinking maybe, okay, well, how much is too much? And that's what I wanna talk about first of all in the comments is, how much leg kick should you be allowed? Because some people are talking about Harden basically doing a long jump when he's shooting. And there were times where, it does look like maybe he is trying to create that contact. He's a master at drawing fouls. And if that's the rule, some people don't like that he does it that way. And, I don't necessarily like the whole concept of, okay, I'm gonna just take this shot with the only intention of getting that foul call. I understand that. But at the same time, I feel like, well, what's too much? Should he be allowed a certain amount of leg kick, right? And if that's what the rule is, as far as if the defender doesn't give him safe space to land, can you really blame him for taking advantage of that? So I think ultimately the big question is, what should the rule be? How do they enforce this? How do they say how much space you get? Are they gonna say you get 3 feet of space and pull out a tape measure after? I don't know, let me know what you think the rule should be. And then with that, I think it would be good if there was some way for the refs to say, okay, he's, on purpose extending his legs to try to draw the foul call. I think, to me, I feel like that kind of ruins the essence of the game if you're going up for shots only to try to draw a foul call and the offensive player's doing it on purpose, and in a way the defender's kind of helpless. Like, how are they actually going to defend you and actually contest the shot if they can't even be within your space? So let me know what you think as far as that goes. Now, as far as this Harden versus Curry thing goes, I actually made another YouTube video talking about why I think, as far as kids go, it's probably better to play more like Curry than Harden as far as what their coach will want to see and the way their systems are set up. You can check that out in the top comment. If you also want to talk about James Harden's controversial step back travel that everyone talks about, the double stack back, I'll have a playlist also linked to the top comment that goes in depth. And also, if you want to take your handles next level, I will have a free workout pinned to that top comment for you as well. Hit that like button, subscribe, and click the bell icon to catch all the newest videos. And I will see you in those videos and that workout pinned to the comment below next.